Hello! And I'm joined today
Hello.
by massive and amazing Theriot from Louisiana Beer Reviews.
Hello. Welcome from Louisiana.
Come and
Stuart
visit.
Picard. Huh?
And we've got a really good beer today. It's not only from the US of A, it's from California, and it's I'll let Jay introduce the name of the beer.
It's Stone's Arrogant Bastard Ale. Unfortunately,
Put some emphasis in the name, because I think that's what you need in this name of the beer. Arrogant.
This beer, unfortunately, was not born from parents in wedlock. But but this beer is very arrogant. Well, let's find out if we're worthy, because they say we're not worthy.
Yeah, I mean, now I'm speaking to Jay from all the way from the US of A. Now, how much did you purchase this beer for?
I'm trying to think. I believe it was $4.29, something like that.
So that almost in English currency, it's about £3 about.
Yeah, probably about £3.
Right. So when I show you how much I paid for it, Jay's going to tell you how much it is in American currency. £5.90.
Hoo-wee. Well, £5.
£5 sterling, 90 pence.
Oh, that would be like almost. That would be over $8 here.
Would you pay?
You paid almost twice as much.
Yeah, which is crazy. But anyway.
Yeah, it's pretty inexpensive. It's pretty inexpensive here. Now, I want to say this before we start. I am worthy to drink this, but I was not worthy to drink the Double Bastard. They make one called Double Bastard. That's about 11% alcohol. And I did a video, and I laughed so much on the video, and I was so out of control. I could not post the video. I deleted it because it was that strong.
When I initially purchased beer, I was praying that basically Jay would be purchase this beer, because ever since I started doing these live beer reviews, all I've wanted to do is live beer reviews with Jay, because he's a really awesome guy. So I'm really happy that I'm doing this beer review with him.
Thank you, Stuart. And as you well know, I watch so many of your videos.
So Master.
Because you're the English version of me, and I'm the American version of you in some ways. I stole that comment. Okay. It says on the bottle, hated by many, loved by few. That's what the bottle.
Well, on mine, it's just basically got the Gago. And I think I stated this in one of my reviews. Every Stone beer comes with their own individual cap.
Yeah.
And that just proves the point. A beer.
Had you had?
Go on.
Have you had their Double Bastard, the extra strong one?
Yes. I think I brought it back from California.
Oh, okay.
I was basically just getting into me American beers back then, and I think I was way too early drinking that beer. And as you said, you was not ready, so you're double blasted.
Well, the problem was I thought I was ready. I drank half the bottle, and it seemed very smooth, and I couldn't detect much alcohol, so I made an error of drinking the rest of the bottle very quickly. And so I was thinking very straight, and then 1 second later, I couldn't get it together. So that's how hard it'll hit you.
I mean, this is the perk of basically doing Atlantic.
National.
Yeah. It's basically, we can see how it compares between an English palate and an American palate.
Right.
But on the initial,
I get
slight toffee.
Yeah. Let me see. I get a not too thick of a head. It's cream colored, and the appearance of the beer is like well, from this direction it's like a toffee, but with the light from outside coming in, it's sort of a brilliant plum almost.
Yeah, I see plum. Definitely plum. And it's almost like coming off like an old English ale.
Yeah.
And
I
this
agree
is
with that.
American Hill, I think, if I remember calling. Just get the information. I think it's an American Strong.
Yes. American Strong Ale.
Which is almost like a sweet variation of the English Strong Ale.
Yeah. It's got, now my bottle is a little outdated. It says best before last month, but I don't think with a beer this alcoholic it should matter much.
No, I mean, it's only certain variations of beers that come off that you should really drink fresh. And beers like this, it's all about aging. I mean, I've had a 2009 bottle, came off really nice. I've had a 2012 when I brought back from California, and it came off really, really potent. But there's no.
Yeah, this one smells. This one still smells good, you know.
Yeah.
You have a date on yours?
No, there's no date on mine. I can't see one. In fairness.
It's painted. Yeah. You have the painted label also, mine.
Normally mine's the typed logo. It's basically ones that. But judging by the other variations stone beers that came over to the UK, I'm guessing it's brewed in March and end of date is probably April, June. So this is probably about 3 months old.
Oh, that's good. This beer, it's certainly bitter. It has a lot of hop bitterness, don't you find?
Yeah, I mean, it gives off that dirty brass.
Yeah, dirty.
But yeah, up and caramel and I don't know if you get it in the US a bit. You know that I value like burnt toffee. You know, you just before like when 4th of July is coming up soon in America. Do you basically have like a toffee snack that you have around the fireworks?
Toffee. I think toffees that we get are things like Werther's. You've heard of those candies, Werther's?
Like buttery.
They're hard, but if you suck on them, they start to lose. They start to get a little gummy.
Like warm toffee.
This one has like a like you say, a candy note. It has brown bread crust and a noticeable bitterness.
So true.
It's sort of like a mild version of the Fuller's Vintage Ale.
Yeah, I mean, I know I watched our reviews. I think it was beginning of the year. I think I watched it, but I don't know when you had them yourself. When did you have the
Fuller's Vintage?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had those on. I think I drank those around the beginning of March because I know I drank 2 on Mardi Gras Day, and I made 2 infamous videos.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I can see what you mean by that. Yeah, that vintage, and which emphasizes the old ale, American style ale aromas.
Yeah. I remember, my daughter does videos with me sometimes,
I know,
and she
I
told
know.
me she tried this beer.
I really enjoyed the videos with you and your daughter. I think
Thank
I've
you.
said that enough times.
She tried she tried this beer one time. She told me, and she said she thought it was horrible. But she's not used to these sort of things, and she's not very favorable toward hops.
No, which I
Which
think,
in the world of craft beer, in the world of craft beer, there's almost a requirement to adore hops. But some people just don't like it.
yeah, I mean, I think that's the thing I enjoy about your reviews. You actually taking every part of every kind of beer. It might be really hoppy, it might be really bitter, it might be really malty, but you'll always examine it as the style, or you'll examine it as the flavour. You basically you'll like zero in every part of the beer, and that's what I love about your beer reviews.
Yeah,
I think that's why I continue
thank
to.
you. I appreciate that, and I did. What I did was I learned how to do that by reading other people's instructions on how to rate beer, more or less. Like they would say, well, you want to take these certain steps to give it a fair rating. So I thought that sounds good, because in the past I wouldn't really I wouldn't do a very good written review, but I learned how to break it down a little bit. And but when I started doing video beer reviews 3.5 years ago, my general approach was to take each beer and grade each beer individually on its own merits, which has been mostly successful.
Yeah,
Some people don't like that, but it's not like I'm taking one and comparing it to the other. Really, I'm just saying here's how this particular one tastes.
exactly. I mean, that's what I love about your beer reviews. Basically, when I watch your beer reviews, I know you basically rip the beer apart and then review it as what it is. Whereas I know when some people watch your beer reviews, they basically approach it as he's telling it like every beer. It's not. He's telling it like that style of beer, that brewery. I see that, and some people don't, and that's what I love about your beer reviews.
Thank you. And some beers really, I take a lot of heat off of certain beers. Like I came under a lot of attack when I said that I enjoyed John Smith's ale from England. People were appalled by that. How dare you enjoy John Smith's ale? Don't you know it's horrible? And I said I wasn't aware of that. I didn't know I wasn't supposed to like it. I just drank it and it tastes good to me.
Yeah, it tastes good. You like it. It's all good. I mean, even my brother, when we walked into a pub and he says, "What are you ordering John Smith's cask old ale for?" I says, "Well, I don't see that often, so I want to try it." And it's reliable. And he's going like, "Well, shouldn't you be trying this?" I thought, "Yeah, but I've had that so many times. I'm like, why don't I try this?" And this is the thing about the stone beers. It's all about being as arrogant and abrasive as possible. And that's what me and you do, don't you? Jay. We basically tell it how it is.
Yeah. Now, one thing you and I have discussed. One thing you and I have discussed about stone beers in the past is that they tend to have a sort of house flavor.
Yes.
There's a commonality in flavor. It seems like when I taste a stone beer, it tastes like a stone beer. You know what I mean? Sort of like a Miller beer. If you drink Miller, Miller has a house style, a house flavor. I'm not saying those are the only two breweries that have that, but those are two that come to mind.
Yeah.
Don't you find Stone has a common thread through all their beers?
I mean, it does. I mean, I don't. I mean, I know you commented on some beer reviews on normal channel, the review channel. Basically, me and brother purchased a lot of Stone beers because they're coming to UK. So we wanted to promote as much as Stone as we could. So we had a series of their beers and in one session, and it was like test the same, 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 test the same. And we must have had like 5 or 6 beers, and they all taste the same. I think the only two that was different was the Calabashi and the Black IPA. I think it's the Self-Refresh.
I agree with that.
And you were going, these are really amazing beers. I went, yeah, so long as you don't have them in one session. And it's like, if you have them in one session, it's like, they taste exactly the same. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, I'll be right back. Hold on a second.
All right, no worries. And basically, we had the Levitation, we had the Pale Ale, we had the IPA, and we had the Ruination, and they all taste exactly the same. But we were slightly different.
It's not a bad.
But anyway, let Ronald.
It's not a bad. It's not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing. No.
I'm sorry. Repeat.
I was saying
it's just not that different.
There weren't bad beers. It's just that they were very similar beers.
But you know, now that I'm thinking about it a little more, I sort of get that same opinion when I'm drinking Fuller's beers.
Yes.
It's not a bad flavor, but it's very similar. One to the other is very similar.
Yeah. I mean, recently I went to London and stuff like that. I had their London Pride on tap from cask, and it's all right. And I've had it on cask before, I've had it on bottle before, and it's like forgettable. But recently, me and brother have had a few Fuller's beers on tap bottle, and it's like drink, pass it on, drink, pass it on. It's like there wasn't anything memorable, and you think with a name like Fuller's or a name like Stone, the beers would be epic, but they're not. But
now, this beer here, this arrogant bastard, it gets a 99 out of 100 on Rate Beer, so it's rated as high as almost any beer on the planet, you know.
Yeah, I mean, me and Jay have probably had so many beers, and basically a lot of them have been highly rated, a lot of them have been lowly rated, and some of the low-rated beers have been better than some of the high-rated beers for me. I don't know if it's the same with Jay.
Oh, yes. Yes, most certainly. Most certainly. I could name 20 off the top of my head.
Yeah. And sometimes, I know a certain amount of few beer reviews still rate their beers, and a lot of them rate them on basically only a beer, whereas Jay rates them across the entire beer industry. Is that so?
Well, what I try to do is I think a lot like you do. I try to take the style into account, obviously.
Ah, yes.
If I'm going to rate Coors Light, I'm not going to say, well, you know, Coors Light is it has much less of a bold flavor than West Latran 12, and that's a problem. Well, Coors Light wasn't designed. It was never designed to have the body and the presence and the sweetness and the alcohol of West Latran 12. That doesn't make it bad. One is an extremely high alcohol Belgian gourmet beer, and Coors Light is a light-bodied lager that is meant to appeal to a vast audience. I don't know why people can't grasp that concept. It seems easy to understand, but some people it's beyond their comprehension that there are different styles for different occasions. I don't know why. I wouldn't eat wedding cake at a fish fry, but
No. But yeah, I mean, anyway, back onto this beer. I mean, would you buy this again? Yeah, I bought it. Like,
I would buy it for the price I paid.
yeah, not.
I don't think I would buy it. Not for double the price. No, no, no. You want me to show you a beer that I would buy it for what I paid for? No. But you probably are paying for the shipping and the cost of sending it to
UK,
England and all of that.
No, but
Yeah.
it's free.
Have you ever tried?
And there's distribution and all that stuff, so it's like.
Oh yeah. Taxes.
Yeah.
But if I was rating this beer, I would certainly give it an A. I think it's excellent.
Now I don't know.
I wouldn't want to drink it every day. Right, I know you usually just say it's okay, which is fair. I like that kind of.
The prestigious Theriot. Would I rate it on a buy rate? Out of 8, I'll say it's 8F. For buy rate, I would rate this as a B+.
Ah.
Right.
Interesting, because that's much lower than.
No, but I mean on buying. On overall beer and taste, I would rate this as a A+. I would rate this as an A+ on taste, because you get the aromas, you get the taste, and you get everything that you want from American strong ale. And you get the sweetness, you get the caramel, you get the body, you get the aftertaste. A+.
Oh, I see. You were factoring in the cost when you said B+.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you got
B+ on taste and flavor. A+.
Oh yeah, right. I want to before we close this down, can I show you a can of something?
Yes.
I'm going to show you something that's very controversial.
As we are with the arrogant steward.
Right. Arrogant bastard. Here's a beer that can either gain you many friends or lose you many friends. This was sent to me. It's not sold in my town anymore, in my state anymore.
Carlin, Black Label.
You're familiar with it?
No, if you watch the old adverts for Carlin Black Label, it's pretty cool. If you get a chance if you can watch them in the US of A, watch them, because the advertisements are really cool. But anyway, thank you for joining me today for this beer arrogant bar steward ale.
Arrogant bastard. Hey, well, I appreciate you inviting. I appreciate you inviting me to England. At least I could visit it over the internet. I haven't never visited it in person, but my daughter is planning to go. But I would hope we can do future joint examinations together.
Yeah. And on this day, Mother's Day, I want to say thank you to my mother and Jay.
Yes, I thank you. I thank my mother for all she did for me, and I was able to go see my grandmother today, and she's 93 years old, and we had a good time together.
Yeah, so I hope all people enjoyed Mother's Day today. I managed to spend time with my family, my mother, my father, my brother. It was a great day. Ate loads of food, drank loads of beer. All best. Have a great day, and thank you, Jay Theriot, for coming to share a beer with me.
Yes, and thank you, Stuart Picard, for the invitation. Goodbye, world.
You take care. Goodbye.
You take it. Bye-bye.